don't have any kind of balance, that's what happens.
2nd and 6 for the Toros. They're deep inside Jackrabbit territory, and the handoff goes to Lindhorst again, and Lindhorst is down close to the goal.
Another legend.
3rd and 1 for Mountain View, and Fitch on the keeper. Fitch going off right tackle, and he's in for the touchdown. Simple as that.
And number 30 for Mountain View, Joel Holmes, a junior kicker, will try for the extra point. You had to be impressed with Mountain View's balance on that drive, Mark. A couple passes and a lot of different kind of runs. They moved it downfield easily.
And the extra point attempt is off to the...
Jim Rattay, Mark, might open it up a little bit more today. He's stuck with the ground game all year long because that's his bread and butter. But Fangle on the backfield obviously will return. He'll be a junior, and he could be one of the top running backs in the EVL. Onside kick by Mountain View. And they've got it.
And Mountain View recovering that onside kick. So talking about going at the Mesa Jackrabbits, their final 3 games of the year, their final 2 games of the year, they won last week, in order to have a chance for a playoff berth. There's Sam Fitch throwing an interception right into the hands of number 67, Marco Daniels of the Jackrabbits. 1st and 10 on their own 49-yard line. Straight up the middle.
It was Russell Doug and Mesa's last in team offense, so you see what kind of task they have ahead of them.
Pick up a 3. It's 2nd and 7 as the Jackrabbits go wide to the right side. 7 the time remaining in the first quarter. Our TV 22 game of the week, the Mountain View Toros and the Mesa Jackrabbits. And Richardson handing off to the 2nd leading rusher in the EVL, Ray Angula, and Angula is hit. And Angula is comparing him to Walter Payton in the lowlights days of the Chicago Bears as to what he's had to go through this year. There's a pass by Richardson. He was trying. So with the incomplete pass, that sets up a 3rd and 9 for the Jackrabbits inside. There's the pitch back to Richardson, and he's going to unload it, but the pass is intercepted by the Toros. Back there, Dan Duffy, and Duffy had that one lined up all the way. I think defense in the East Valley League picks one up right there. And now the Toros take over from their own 25-yard line as Sam Fitch hands off, and it's a quick opener. Whoa, he had one man to beat, but some big yardage by Steve Lindhorst as Lindhorst just... Now the scoreboard is incorrect. It reads 8-0 in favor of the Toros, but of course the score is 6-0, and... Well, the Toros send number 83, Matt Hedrick, split wide to the right side, the lone wide receiver. The fake the handoff up the middle, and Fitch still on the keeper is dropped for a loss of about 1. Basically been an up and down season, but as of late, it's been all up for the Toros going into tonight's ball game. And there's the pass incomplete. Looks like it's going to be downed at the 15-yard line of the Mesa Jackrabbit, Mesa High. And that is the reason that there are so many signs out here.
Well, that's the way homecoming should be.
And we'll talk about some of our favorite signs in a few minutes here as Mesa tries to get something going, turning the ball up. Darvell Everett, the lone wide receiver, split to the left side for the Jackrabbits as they shift to their Notre Dame box. Jim Richardson faking the handoff, now rolling to his left side, going long. He hits Everett, and the pass is complete inside Toro territory. He's across the 45.
Mountain View had double coverage, but number 44, Brian Morris, number 45, what happens? We may be in for a good contest tonight.
Everett out, Craig Martin in now again on that left wide receiver position. They pitch back to Angula, and Angula fights his way forward for a pickup of 3.
Number 48, Darren Cower for Mountain View, messed up that play by penetrating the backfield, and he hit Angula before Angula could really...
7 for the Jackrabbits. Homecoming night here at Jackrabbit Stadium as Richardson looks to pass, goes over to the other side of the field. He has his man LeBlond, and LeBlond picks up some running room. LeBlond breaks a tackle. He's down across the 20-yard line to the 18-yard line.
We've got a flag down about the 35-yard line. I'm not sure who it's on. It was a late flag. I believe it's against Mountain View. It could be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Jim Richardson is going crazy.
Here,
Now with 13 points in their last 3 ball games, they haven't.
LeBlanc in tight. They send a man in motion to the right side. They pitch to Angula going off left tackle. Angula trying to turn it up, and I see flags over there on the far side of the field.
I'm almost sure it's a holding penalty from where the referee threw it. Here,
Mesa sends number 86, Dennis Milius, wide to the right side, the lone wide receivers. Richardson's going for the end zone. He was trying to hit Everett, and the pass was batted away down there. Looks like number 80 for the column, the no-holds-bar offense tonight.
all right. Wait a minute.
2nd and 17 as they pitch to Angula. Angula faking the reverse around, turns the corner. He's run out of bounds at about the 15-yard line, so
I'll tell you, that was Dan Duffy again from up.
had so many signs out here at homecoming.
Myriad? Okay.
Really, that's a newspaper writer's word.
That's right.
Richardson rolling to his left. He's looking. Now he's going to the other corner. He's got a man open, but he overthrows him. That was Damon, or make that Lamont Everett down there. Check that. Darvell Everett was down. Jackrabbits are set to kick off what appears to be a 30-yard field goal. It's a bad snap, and Mountain View is all over it. 96. Is that 96, 95?
That's 95, Bob Davis, him and the ball.
He was fortunate he didn't get annihilated. Now Mountain View taking over as they hand off right tackle, and the Mesa defense swarming in. And they do look to be better than the last time we've seen him. And there's the pitch back to Lindhorst, and Lindhorst was hit hard behind the line of scrimmage, and now the referee throws a flag. Be a fine halftime show for you, so stick around and watch that. As Fitch drops back to pass, he's under a heavy rush, and the pass is intercepted, almost intercepted. Now I can't tell who has it.
It was almost interception number 32 for Mountain View. Chad Van Morleham got it, then he fumbled. No, now they're calling it an incomplete pass.
Line 8:34, the time remaining in the first half. There's the handoff, finding some running room. Looks like, well, I don't know who that is.
He's done it for so long, the referees don't call it, and I think that's wrong.
Pick up 7, 2nd and 3. And now there's another fumble on the play, and the Mesa Jackrabbits have recovered on the Toro 38-yard line. And I'm impressed that Mesa's still in this ball game. And Richardson handing off to his first man through the line. I think that was Russell Dyer on the give.
For a pass, so who knows what's going to happen Sunday.
Darvell Everett, the wide receiver to the right side. He caught a long one earlier in the first quarter. As Richardson fakes the pitch, tried to throw it over the middle. The pass is complete to his lineman. Making the reception is William Knight.
We have a refrigerator, excuse me. But that's an illegal pass, and the lineman can't catch it.
Craig Martin now the wide receiver, the lone wide receiver on the right side for the Jackrabbits as they pitch to Angula. Angula tried to sidestep a Toro defender, but to no avail as he's dropped for a loss. Yard line waiting to receive the Mesa punt and getting a quick kick away. And Fitch taking it, trying to turn it up the left side, and he's dropped out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. Now we've got another late flag.
And that's got to be piling on, and I guarantee you that.
Yard line, high formation. Fitch back to pass. He's going long. He hits Davis, and the pass is complete down at the 28-yard line. So Sam Fitch throwing a perfect strike.
I think he's got 33 now and a bunch more yards because he's caught 2 long passes.
And Fitch handing off to Lindhorst. Lindhorst banging his way down across the 25-yard line. It's been the extent of the scoring so far. As Fitch hands off again to his second man through, and Lindhorst powering his way forward.
That's typical Mountain View football. They'll be a couple yards short of it.
Offensively and defensively.
He is sore every Saturday morning, I guarantee you. Clock
is running, 3:54. Fitch again on the handoff and banging around down there. The Mesa defense swarming all over Lindhorst. It's going to be 4th and 2. The Toros go for it as Fitch handing off. And I don't think they made it.
No, I'm pretty sure they were short. The referees called timeout probably to get a measure.
The Mesa 19-yard line. We're late in the first half. There's the pitch back to Lindhorst, and Lindhorst juggled that pitch. He's going to be dropped for a loss. Is rolling. The time remaining in the first half. And there's the handoff up the middle again. Typical Jesse Parker football, like you like to say. Hedrick. And there you see the man in motion, Lindhorst, to the right side as Fitch drops back to pass. He throws it across the middle. The pass is incomplete. He is set to attempt a 37-yarder.
Be careful for the fake.
There's the snap. Kick is up. It looks good from here. And the kick is good. So the Mountain View Toros extend their lead to 9-0 over the Mesa Jackrabbits. That on a 37-yard field. We are back as you see the action on the kickoff. Lamont Everett returning the football for the Jackrabbits. Everett had bobbled the ball down on his own 10-yard line and just picked up a head of steam and just stormed down the field, brought the ball down to the 39-yard line of the Mountain View Toros.
And when he bobbled the ball, that Mountain View kickoff team relaxed a little bit, and that's when Everett picked the ball back up and burst right through the middle and cut to the right sideline, and he wasn't hit till about the 40-yard line, and Mesa's got great field position to get back into this ball game.
So with 1:02, the time remaining in the first half, Mesa trailing Mountain View 9-0. They've got some good field position on that return from Lamont Everett. And let's see what they can do here in the closing seconds of the first half.
There you see the Mesa High cheerleaders. They finally have something to cheer about right now.
Jim Richardson, the left-handed quarterback.
Screen pass.
The Jackrabbits. He screens it out, and Ray Angula is hit fiercely, ferociously.
And guess who? Mr. Bob Davis, who hit him. That good games, and there have been some dogs, but overall it's been a good time.
And that Dobson and Mountain View game, the second game of the season, quite a good one. As Richardson drops back the pass for the Jackrabbits, he unloads it. And he hits Everett down there. The pass is complete on the 9-yard line.
Everett and Dan Duffy were just waiting for the ball to come.
Jackrabbits having a tough season. They're 1-7 going into tonight's contest. Jim Richardson rolling to his left as he takes the snap. He's throwing it out to Angula. Pass is complete. Check that. It was not Ray Angula.
Because number 86, Dennis Milius on the reception, and I think they're marking it maybe a foot from the... It's out in front of the cameras at the football games.
Craig Martin split wide to the right for the Jackrabbits. Fitch on the pitch, in for the touchdown. Number 22, Russell Dyer, and Dyer takes it to 1 yard.
That could bring them within 2 points.
There's flags all over. The kick is up. The kick is good. Let's see what the flags are about.
It was another bad snap, and number 42 for Mesa, Todd Fletcher, did a good job this time getting the ball.
Fleshig again going to attempt the extra point, and this time it is smothered by the Toros, so the extra point attempt no good.
Number 81.
Linesman for
a 5-minute football victory. I almost passed out from exhaustion afterwards. And there's Fitch. And guess what? Another flag down. I think we've got defensive interference along the right.
Down to now in these final 2 weeks is the battle between the Chandler Wolves and the Mountain View Toros for that final playoff position.
And I would imagine Mountain View is a little surprised Mesa has put up such a good fight, considering the Jackrabbits were 1-7, and their season is basically over as far as postseason play can go. Mesa has been more fired up this game than I've seen them all season. Their defense is playing extremely well, and they've opened up their offensive attack, and they've moved the ball in Mountain View fairly successfully. I'm looking forward to the second half. I told the team before this game, hey, let's not worry about our record. Let's not get down. If we get down, we have nothing to lose. Let's go in there and play loose, and that's exactly what Mesa is doing.
So kicking off is Joel Holmes for the Toros, and taking that ball down, Lamont Everett, and Everett has got that ball across the 20 down to the 25-yard. Was reading 8-0. It should have read 6-0. There's a good ground level shot here of a first and down situation as Fitch. Check that. Richardson fakes. First and down situation is Fitch. Check that. Richardson fakes the pitch and then hands off to the left side to Ray Angula. You saw Angula down there during the halftime festivities. He's involved in these halftime festivities, electing to go to the post-game time for homecoming festivities. There you see the pitch back to Everett, and Darvell Everett taking that pitch from Aguilar, and he's dropped for a big loss. Is what the Jackrabbits are facing as they put Aguilar in motion to the left side, and Richardson over the middle, but the pass is intercepted by Bob Davis of the Mountain View Toros, and Davis is finally brought down on the 25-yard line. So the Toros early in the second half taking an interception and taking over in good field position. Bob Davis interception. The Toros have the ball on the Mesa 25-yard line as Sam Fitch takes the handoff and hands off to Steve Lindhorst, and Lindhorst powers his way. Paul Standage, number 45 for the Toros, had 2 interceptions. Pickup of a first down, 1st and 10 now for the Toros as they hand off straight up the middle again. I mean, you can see another game of the week, a season finale next week as Mesa is at Westwood. American Cable will be bringing you that ball game. This time they try the left side, and again the Mesa defense swarming all over Mesa territory. They are threatening. Sam Fitch handing off, and the Mesa defense right on top of 5. The Toros up against the Jackrabbits deep inside Mesa territory. Sam Fitch rolling to his right. He's still rolling, gets the pass away, and it is intercepted by the Mesa Jackrabbits down there. Craig Martin, check that, Matt Martinez got his hands on it. And getting the ball up across the 20 to the 21-yard. Conduct penalty assessed to the Mesa Jackrabbits head coach Jim Rattay there in the first half as we get back to live action. Jim Richardson on the keeper, and Richardson falling forward. He's up to the 30-yard line. It's a big matchup there on the right side of the field as Everett going up against number 40 for Mountain View, Dan Duffy, and Duffy stand out on defense tonight.
One thing I've noticed about the Mesa,
pickup of a first down, 1st and 10. Jackrabbits trying to sustain a drive. There's a quick pass out to Everett, and Everett does not elude a tackle as he's brought down on the 34-yard line, whose pass set up Mesa's first touchdown. And there's Richardson on the handoff, blasting his way across the 40 down to the 43-yard line. And Mesa handing off to Ray Angula, and Ray Angula finding some running room. Angula's across the 50-yard line. He brings the ball down to the 46.
Cleveland. There's a Spencer. There's also a Chris Colton now who's a freshman, so there's a lot of them. It's easy to get confused.
Come from a long line of sports personalities in that family. There's a pass over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended third quarter. It's the Toros 9, the Jackrabbits 6. We've got a close ball game here. We've got a quick ball game going here at Jackrabbit Stadium tonight. As Richardson fakes the handoff, he rolls to his left. He had some time, and he gets the pass away. The pass is complete, and now we have a flag thrown way over here on the near side of the
31-yard line. That's what the referees or some mistakes can do for you on a drive.
Well, it's going to be 2nd and 34. I think I said 2nd and 20.
34 is like 79 million yards. It's close enough.
Close enough to it. Jim Richardson, the Mesa quarterback. He hands off to Ray Angula on the delay.
That was a great fake.
It was.
I still thought Richardson had the ball, and Angula was a Statue of Liberty play. Angula.
2 wide receivers now for the Jackrabbits as Richardson drops straight back to pass. He's got some time, and now he unloads it long, but he overthrows Craig Martin, and Craig Martin had his man beat, but that ball was overthrown by 10 to 15.
Mountain View's 46 has now been stopped.
Oh, Richardson had time on that last play as the punt is calling for the fair catch.
They have a couple times this season, so I'm not sure which way they will go.
There's the pitch to Lindhorst, and Lindhorst trying to find some running room to the right side, and he breaks it across the 40. He's down to the 43-yard line and still the ball on their own 43-yard line. And there's the handoff straight up the middle as they ganged up there right on the line of scrimmage.
Ball game. Surprisingly, Mesa's hung tough.
And there's the quick handoff up the middle. I can't see who has that football.
Whoever it was buried.
Toros on a roll late in the third quarter. Sam Fitch handing off. Oh, and the Mesa defense just swarming down there. But the Toros are facing, and Sam Fitch on a little delay action there, finding some running room to the right side, and finally being forced out of bounds about the 37-yard line. That was Mac Fitch on the kiss as they show their I formation, and they hand off to the second back through, Steve Lindhorst, and Lindhorst, he's across the 35 to the 34-yard. Fourth quarter, it's the Toros 9, the Jackrabbits 6, the Toros on the move. Sam Fitch faking the handoff, trying to roll to his left side, and the Mesa defense again. All in passer in the EVL, but he really hasn't thrown the ball all that much tonight. And there he hands off straight. It's going to be 3rd and 9 now as Fitch rolls out, and he's going for the end zone. The pass is complete. Beautiful reception down there by number 20, Mac Fitch, his younger brother, and Fitch just made a spectacular catch down there on the 5-yard line. 6, and now the Toros with a chance to extend their lead as they pitch out to Lindhorst. Lindhorst looking for the left corner, and Lindhorst is going to be a little short. Nope, he's in. Touchdown, Mountain View.
The left sideline judge thought he had gotten over the cone just at the corner of the end zone, and Lindhorst has scored from...
Joel Holmes set to kick the extra point. There's the snap. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So the scoreboard should read 16-6 in favor of the Mountain View Toros.
Their offense has moved the ball, but they need to score twice on. That's going to be tough against Mountain View.
Angela on the carry, and defensive player of the game. I'm sure you must have somebody in mind. There's Richardson pump faking and going long to Darvell Everett, but he overthrew Everett by 10 yards to the left for the Jackrabbits. Now as they try to mount some type of offense, it's 3rd and 8 for Mesa. Richardson rolling out to his left. He's under some heavy pursuit. He tries to throw across the field back to the other side. Tries to hit Pete's contest. There you see Mesa in punt formation. And a good high kick away, signaling for the fair catch down there is Mac Fitch, and Fitch takes the ball at his own 39 yards.
Zam or golly? Okay. Actually, they'll give Mesa the ball at about the 47-yard line, and all of a sudden the Jackrabbits are in business. If Mountain View could have gotten the ball, they could have run off 4 or 5 minutes off the clock.
Jim Richardson, the beleaguered quarterback for Mesa, as he pitches to Angela, and Angela fakes the reverse handoff, and he overthrows on the halfback option.
It was number 80, Pete.
I don't know what's left. High formation for the Jackrabbits as Richardson rolls to his right, and he keeps it. And Richardson finds it tough just to make his way back to the line of scrimmage. 7:52 and the clock is running. We're in the fourth quarter as Jim Richardson rolling to his left, running for his life, gets the pass away and is right into the hands of Mountain View. I believe that's number 46, Jeff Decker, but check me on that.
That's number 48, Darren Cower, actually, with the intercept playoffs.
Well, that looks like it's going to seal it up, but there you see number 83 for Mountain View. Man, if there's no such word as masticate, I guess you can't misspell it. There's the handoff to Lindhorst, and Lindhorst met immediately at the line of scrimmage, and then we have some flags. Touchdown, Steve Lindhorst and the Mountain View Toros, and that's going to ice it for Mountain View.
Yeah, we just had a minor tape problem. The Lindhorst touchdown was set up by a pass from Fitch to Bob Davis down to about the 10-15-yard line. Then Lindhorst rushed in from the 12-yard line, and now it's 22-6 with 4:14 left, and Mountain View will go to 5-4 in the year and 4-3 in East Valley League in a dogfight. They may use shoots late in the game.
Another high snap, but it's good enough to get the snap down, and the kick is
a kickoff by Mountain View down to about the 5-yard line where Damone Everett will take it.
Bobbled around down there by that was Lamont Everett bobbling the ball down there. Who's going to win a game first, the Phoenix Suns or the New York Knicks?
Well, they play each other next week, so obviously somebody will do it soon, and they're playing at New York, so
There's Ray Angula trying to pick up some yardage around the right side, and he does. He's got the ball down close to the 30-yard. All eyes will be on McClintock during the playoffs, of course. And now you see Richardson with that quick pitch to Angula. Angula cuts it upfield. He's got one man to beat. He makes a good cut inside. Finally brought down by Darren Cower of the Mountain View Toros with a touchdown-saving tackle as he brings down Angula down on the 34-yard.
May have rushed for 1,000 yards, and he proved his point about how good of a rusher he is with that run. First down at the 35-yard line.
And there's the handoff up the middle.
There's Angula once more.
An easy time, and Chandler at Mountain View could very well prove to be the biggest ball game of the night.
Just want to correct you, that is at Chandler, that game. But that will be the biggest ball game because that will decide the fourth and final playoff spot in the EVL as we see Richardson go back and throw a swing past to Angula as he goes down the left sideline and dropped at about the 25-yard line.
Angula upended down there by number 44 of the Toros.
E.C. Coleman in the Chandler backfield. The Wolves will have a good shot at beating Mountain View and stopping their 4-game winning streak and keeping them out of the playoffs.
Now a lot of confusion out there on the Mesa offense. They finally get it together. They shift, and now somebody jumps offside. A lot of confusion down there.
There was a delay of game actually against Mesa, Mark, giving up, and that's a credit to them.
Most definitely. Jim Richardson turning it upfield, but he's hit. Maybe a pickup of one or two.
And Dan Duffy again was on.
We're going to give our defensive player to Dan Duffy.
There's Richardson going back, throwing another swing pass to Angula, and he is just wrapped up by number 90 of Mountain View. That's Bill Fasak, who's also been in a few tackles, and Fasak dumped Angula for about a 6-yard loss. And that was a fourth down, so Mountain View will take over with just around 3 minutes left in the Mountain View. And they've got it.
And Mountain View recovering that onside kick to determine that final playoff position, and that should be a tremendous ball game.
And once again, we'd like to thank our technical crew who have done a great job all year. Todd Radwanski, Steve Clark, Sherry Ferguson, Vern Yolamura, Gray Cutler, and our engineer, Mark.
And the Jackrabbits dropped to 1-8 overall for the season, and the Toros, on the other hand, increased their overall record to 5-4. They improved to 4-3 overall, and that sets up that big confrontation next week with the Chandler.
Balance, that's what happens.
2nd and 6 for the Toros. They're deep inside Jackrabbit territory, and the handoff goes to Lindhorst again, and Lindhorst is down close to 3rd and 1 for Mountain View, and Fitch on the keeper. Fitch going off right tackle, and he's in for the touchdown. Simple as that.
Very easy. The one long, and number 30 for Mountain View. Joel Holmes, the junior kicker, will try for the extra point. You had to be impressed with Mountain View's balance on that drive, Mark. A couple passes and a lot of different kind of runs. They moved it downfield easily.